Is that what you do?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the field on the campus of St. Christopher's School for the Varsity Lacrosse game between the visiting Tigers of Woodberry Forks and your St. Christopher Saints. The St. Christopher's Athletic Department would like to take a minute to honor the seniors from our lacrosse team for their outstanding contributions to the athletic program. We'd also like to take the time, especially, to recognize, thank, and honor our senior parents for their tireless support and overwhelming enthusiasm throughout each season. We are truly lucky to have you as part of our community and grateful to you for allowing us to teach and coach your sons. For the following seniors, please escort your parents to the field. Captain Deacon Begley and his parents Susan and Jody. Woodberry and his parents Leslie and Cornell. Hank Dyke-Shorn and his parents Neely and Todd. Right. Harrison Fuller and his parents Turkey and Steve. Nicholas Myers and his parents Catherine and Dave. Aiden Regan and his parents Katie and Patrick. Will Stout and his parents Holly and Neil. And our final senior, happy birthday, Ferris Wolf. And Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, please give one more round of applause to our senior lacrosse players and their well done, God bless. Thank you. audience, if you could rise to your feet if able and remove your caps. And sing of our national anthem as reported by the St. Christopher's Bulldogs.
Hello and welcome to Knowles Field here on Senior Day. St. Christopher's welcomes Woodberry in what are crucial games for the Saints going into this state tournament. Currently seated at number 5, they would love to move up into the top 4 and get a bye this Saturday. And that would also mean they would get to host the next round if they were to advance. So a lot on the line for the Saints. As of now, as I just mentioned, they would be the 5 seed, and with a win on Saturday would have to travel up to Christchurch. If they can get up to the number 4, that would turn into a bye on Saturday and a home game on Tuesday. So the second option definitely seems much more favorable for them as they go into this final week. Woodberry comes into this game at 8-7. The Saints sitting at 13-4.
Saints are the favorites in this one, but they can't let Senior Day get ahead of them. They still got to start out strong before maybe putting their seniors in. That is the information that I heard from some fellow classmates. So, unlike how soccer did it in the fall, it won't be all the seniors starting.
And we are off here on Knowles Field, and the face-off will be controlled by the Saints. And now here's T. Gehring trying to cut inside. James Ayers over to Charlie Edmonds. Edmonds taking a beating, fires and saved just over the goal, but the Saints will recover it. It's with Hugh Mack. Mack out behind the goal.
Shot clock will reset to 60 after the deflection on the shot from Charlie Edmonds.
So here's Gehring. Over to Ayers. Ayers gets around his man. Weaves in, has it knocked away.
Pretty good look there, but couldn't cleanly get that shot attempt off as Woodberry will go the other way.
Sam Gillespie with it. Now over to Will Leahy. Charlie Gillespie cutting left. Now Gillespie cuts it back central, plays in a nice pass. And that was some good movement from Woodberry. It would have set up Brooks Parrish for a pretty good look on goal, but he threw it away.
Goalie Hayden Regan with the ball.
Here's Deacon Begley, takes a shove to the back.
That'll be turnover. That'll be Woodberry ball.
It's Asa Arnold. Over to Will Leahy. Now Hunter Helmick out near the edge of the fleur-de-lis. Helmick cutting it centrally, throwing shoulders in there. Tries to get around his man, still has it.
Good job by the Saints to block the shot angle the whole way, even though he's allowed to slip through. And that will be a goal for Woodberry.
They couldn't block the angle there. It was Charlie Gillespie who opens up the scoring.
Not the start the Saints wanted. I mean, they come into this one as the favored team. It's senior night. And now they're down a goal.
Yeah, 178 seconds is all it took for Woodberry to find their opening goal. And the face-off will be won by the Saints again. But then they give it away. And now it's knocked away. And Woodberry does recover it. And now the Tigers have some space. Here's Oki in the save by Regan. Still loose out in front of goal. Regan trying to get his stick in there. And he will come away with it.
Wow, wait for Hayden Regan to come up big there. One-on-one and save that one.
That was a big hit there on Will Baruch, who loses it. It's still loose, though. Baruch in there fighting for it. Thought I saw a flag come in. It might have been a football or something being thrown on the other side of the field. I don't see anything on the ground now.
Hunter Helmick holding the ball up.
Now here's Helmick. Long pass out to Gillespie, who opened the scoring for Woodberry. Now it's Will Leahy. Leahy gets around Deacon Begley off the cage. Now another shot saved by Regan.
Two big saves here already. Good start for Hayden Regan in the cage.
Woodberry seeded number 9 in the poll that came out yesterday. A road win over the 5th-ranked team could help them out. As of right now, they'd have to go on the road this weekend. And a win here could definitely avoid that. They'd only have to move up one spot to avoid a road game. Here's Gillespie. Now Will Leahy. Leahy finds some room, bounces the shot. It'll be well short, bounce over the bar, go out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock for Woodberry.
Woodberry's short time. St. Chris needs to capitalize on the situation.
Clock down to 3. Woodberry gets a good shot away with 1 on the clock. And they've doubled their lead.
It's just I was saying, St. Chris can't let Woodberry get away with anything. Well, they did. That one there with short time on the clock. And it'll be 2-0 Woodberry.
So quickly, Woodberry has taken a 2-0 lead. That'll be a face-off violation there. So all 3 face-offs this game now have been won by the Saints. They struggled mightily with face-offs early in the season, called up Russell Bosick from 8th grade, and he's been a saving grace for their season. While he was still down with JV, it was almost a guarantee that they'd lose the face-offs. Now they're winning a good amount of them. Here's T. Garing over to Harrison Fuller, the Sewanee commit. Now James Ayers. Ayers spinning onto his right side. Over to Charlie Edmonds. Shot goes off the crossbar. Now Garing comes away with it. He wants to run. Tried to get it to Fuller, who started to go for the shot before he caught the ball. And lets it roll out of bounds. Saints putting pressure on these Woodberry defenders. They'll break it, though. It's knocked away. It's still loose. A scrum for it out near the 40-yard line will be won by the Saints, and knocks all the way out to Harrison Fuller, and he wants to run. Fuller takes it himself and scores! On senior day, Harrison Fuller pulls one back to make it 2-1. A beautiful solo goal. And the Saints are right back in this game.
Wow, what a way to go from half to half. And then the sweet finish on that one. That'll definitely go into his highlight reel.
And another face-off violation. This one, once again against Woodberry, actually. At first, the players started to react like it would be going to the Tigers, but instead, the violation against them. So the Saints now 4 for 4 on face-offs. Hank Mullins over to James Ayers. Now J.J. Tidwell. Over to Mullins. And tried to send it across, but it'll be out of bounds, staying with the Saints. Here's Ireland out in front of goal. I think he got that shot away while falling down behind his back. But the Saints, good pressure, they win it. It's with Hugh Mack. Mack cutting central. Finds some room. Pass fell a bit short, but still gets to Tidwell. Now right back to Mack. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Exactly a minute for the Saints. Mack, that's a nice pass, and that's an impressive save as Charlie Edmonds had a great look on goal. Shoveled back into play by Woodberry. The Saints come away with it again. It's with Bowen Ireland. Ireland cutting. Creates a little bit of space, but the double team sticks with him. Now Ireland jumping shot just wide. It'll stay with the Saints once again.
Unfortunate that Ireland missed that one. That's one he normally connects with.
Hugh Mack, or excuse me, Charlie Edmonds on it. Edmonds looking for a pass back and out in front of goal. Hank Mullins over to Ayers. Right back to Mullins out near the 27-yard line. Gives it to Ayers. Shot clock winding down. It's at 20. And the shot across the face of goal goes out of bounds with 9 on the clock. We'll see if the Saints can come up with some late clock magic like Woodberry did. Here's Ireland splitting defenders, and the shot went off the face of Colin Neary. That will refresh the shot clock, though, so a great run from Ireland to keep the Saints with the ball. Now it's Hugh Mack, right back to Ireland. Plays a nice pass, and Ayers missed by a matter of inches. The Saints creeping ever closer to equalizing this game. Here's Mullins over to Ayers and saved once again. I don't know how the Saints haven't been able to find their second goal yet. So many efforts right on target, and a lazy pass there, intercepted. And now Woodberry looking to run. It's with Asa Arnold. The Tigers have to be thanking their lucky stars right now that this game isn't tied, as offsides will be whistled there. No, excuse me, a timeout. So Woodberry wants to slow things down after a barrage from the Saints, although they still lead 2-1 with 2:25 in the first. So welcome back. 2-1 Woodberry leads.
St. Chris hot on their tail, though. They've been firing a lot of shots at goal. And number 15, Jack Jensen for Woodberry's come up big a couple of times, keeping Woodberry in the game.
Here's Helmick. Now Charlie Gillespie. And that shot across goal will be out of bounds, staying with Woodberry. Helmick trying to bully his way against Deacon Begley. Finds some room, gets a shot away, and it's wide. But once again, he'll stay with the Tigers. Shot clock halfway drained. It's Charlie Gillespie. Spinning, throwing a shoulder in there. Had some room, quickly dissipated, and that shot from Leahy across goal. Out of bounds, staying with the Tigers. 14 on the shot clock. And that shot, excuse me, that pass off target. It falls to Will Ackerley. He'll run, fakes a pass, and now dumps it off. Beautiful ball movement from the Saints. Hugh Mack. Now over to Harrison Fuller. He scored the first for the Saints today. Bowen Ireland finds Mack, tried to go behind the back and saved once again. An incredible performance from Jack Jensen so far, single-handedly keeping Woodberry in this game. Here's Mack, back up top. Edmonds, now over to T. Gehring. Gehring finds some room, gets a shot away, saved once again. Battle for it out near midfield. And Woodberry comes away with it, but then Fuller knocks it away. It's still loose. The Saints defenders can't pick it up. Now Woodberry has it with numbers. It's a 5-on-4 for the Tigers. Clock down to 5. They get the shot away. It's wide. And with 0.7 seconds, the Saints will have it. Regan will launch it. And that does it for the first. The Saints control the last 8 minutes of the quarter, but still find themselves trailing 2-1 after 12 minutes. Hello and welcome back to the second quarter. With the way this game has gone so far, you might not expect it, but the Saints find themselves trailing by a goal after a quarter. They've been dominant throughout, really, outside of the first 3 or so minutes. But the difference, Woodberry just been a lot more clinical. And they'll win their first face-off out of 4 here. The man nearly single-handedly responsible for Woodberry still being in the lead is Jack Jensen. Made some unreal saves in that first quarter. Here's Odin Duckett. Over to Helmick. A nice action there from Brooks Parrish. Now back up top, shot fired in from Duckett, but over the bar. Here's Parrish, and it's a goal for Woodberry. Brooks Parrish puts their lead back at 2.
On a sort of alley-oop type play. Saints defense isn't doing much to help out Hayden Regan here.
The goal was scored by Gillespie, excuse me. So 3-1 the score now. Woodberry hasn't seen much of the ball, but when they have seen it, they've been phenomenal. Scoring just about every time they touch it. And the Saints win it there. It's with James Ayers. Ayers gets by his man. Back out Bowen Ireland. Ireland plays it in for Hugh Mack. Had a good look in front of goal, but pulled it left. Here's Ireland. I think he was trying to play a pass there, but threw it wide. The refs disagree. They'll rule it a shot, so the Saints keep it. Here's T. Gehring, finds some room to shoot, and another save from Jensen. A brick wall in the Woodberry goal today. And that pass rolls all the way down to find Sam Gillespie. Now the Saints defense out of sorts. Woodberry has an opportunity if they go quick. That's a nice pass in, and what a save from Regan. A point-blank shot from Berks Parish denied.
Yeah, that one looked like it might have been going over, but good save nonetheless.
Now the Saints looking to run. Edmonds faked the shot, tried to pass it to Ireland, but he wasn't ready. Charlie McKay gets away from Edmonds. Now good passing from Woodberry. Helmick. And what a save from Regan with his feet. Looked like a sure goal for Sam Gillespie, but Regan denies him.
Wow, the Saints' transitional defense just hasn't been great today. It's been broken down a lot of breaks from Woodberry, fast breaks from Woodberry.
And that's going to be an offsides against the Tigers. So the Saints will have it. They restart the game quickly. It's with Deacon Begley. Takes it himself. Bounces it just over the bar.
St. Christopher's will still retain possession here.
Here's T. Gehring. Second quarter, 1/4 of the way gone, with the score sitting at 3-1 in favor of the visitors. Hugh Mack over to J.J. Tidwell, drops it, then picks it back up. Tidwell cutting right. Behind goal to Gehring, now over to Bowen Ireland. Ireland leaves it off for Mack, and the Saints have pulled one back. A beautiful assist from Bowen Ireland, and Hugh Mack couldn't have found an easier finish to make it 3-2. And the face-off won by Woodberry. But they're not going to keep it for long as it's thrown away after only 4 seconds of possession. Here's James Ayers. Ayers back to Hank Mullins. Now over to Fuller from the left side. He fires and rips it into the top of the goal. This game is level at 3.
Wow, Harrison Fuller has his second goal of the game. And that one was in there like a bullet.
And the face-off won by the Saints. Nice work from Russell Bosick. Here's Hugh Mack. Gets a screen. Now back out to Fuller. Over to Hank Mullins. Charlie Edmonds. Right back to Mullins. Now it's with Fuller. Hugh Mack. Mack trying to find some room. Couldn't find any. Now Edmonds over to Fuller. Gets around his man. And I think that was saved. Shot clock will go back to 60. Here's J.J. Tidwell. Finds some room. Fires wide, but Saints will keep it once again. Here's Edmonds. Cuts it back. A lot of room for Mack now with Bowen Ireland. Over to Mullins. His shot saved once again.
Wow, Bowen Ireland looking like a quarterback behind that net. Just trying to pick out the right pass. But didn't quite work out too well for the Saints there.
And the Saints will win it back, at least for a second. Tidwell had it, was knocked loose, and then the Saints knock it out of bounds, so Woodberry will have it. Rolled all the way out to Hunter Helmick. Helmick cuts it central, shoots, and saved by Regan. Plays a nice pass to Tidwell. Saints looking to run. It's a 4-on-4. J.J. Tidwell. Over to Edmonds. Now Hugh Mack.
Saints have slowed down the pace. They're just waiting to get numbers as substitutions come in.
Here's Ayers. Back to Fuller. Harrison Fuller fires, and he has a first half hat trick. 3 straight goals from the Saints to go from 3-1 down to 4-3 up. And a rocket from 20 yards out from Harrison Fuller gives them that advantage.
Wow, what a night for the senior on senior night. St. Chris has finally woken up this quarter. Let's see if they can keep this momentum here with this face-off, as they have lost the last 2.
And still battling for it. Woodberry will come away. And a shove in the back there. The ball knocked out. Stays in bounds. And now whistles and a flag. So Woodberry will be a man up for the next minute. They got Whitfield Mullins with a shove in the back. And Woodberry takes advantage of that. Only 7 seconds with the extra man needed to score. And it's 4-4. So 4-4 now, as the face-off won by Woodberry. Here's Will Leahy. Leahy fires and saved by Regan once again.
Wow.
We've
What a night Hayden Regan's having so far.
We've talked a lot about Jack Jensen, but Hayden Regan has been phenomenal as well. This game could be much higher scoring than 4-4. As there's a great run from Jake Dudley, saved from Regan. But they're going to give a timeout to Woodberry. So that's their final timeout of the half, and we'll be back in a minute. So back out of the timeout. 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Game tied at 4-4. Woodberry will have 47 on the shot clock. Here's Will Leahy, and his shot goes wide. Shot clock down to 3, popped up in the air. The Saints will have it. And the clock didn't expire, so they'll have a chance to run. Deacon Begley getting around everyone. Over to Hugh Mack. Now Edmonds tries to square it across for Ireland, but it was deflected. Ireland still comes away with it. 2 minutes left in the half. Over to Harrison Fuller, already on a hat trick today. Ayers has some room to run, and his shot pulled just wide left. Ireland over to Hugh Mack. His shot is in. The Saints take the lead right back. It's 5-4 with 1:31.
Saints send Tuck Humphreys out for the face-off.
And the face-off will be won by Woodberry. Here's Dudley. Murdoch Merlin. Here's Duckett. Over to Leahy. Now behind the goal, Gillespie. Over to Helmick. Merlin. Gillespie again. Shot clock down to 27. There's 7 seconds between the two clocks. So Woodbury will have to shoot before the end of the half. Brooks Parrish cuts it back. Can't find any room. Merlin. Clock down to 7. Gets a shot away. Kick save from Regan. And the Saints have it now. They're running. Clock down to 8. Up ahead, Hugh Mack. Mack finds some space at the buzzer. And it's put in. Will it count? It was Bowen Ireland, and they will count it.
Wow.
A goal as time expires.
A buzzer beater for Bowen Ireland puts St. Chris ahead by 2 going into the half.
Fireworks to end the second quarter as the Saints go to the locker rooms up 6-4. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back to the second half. The Saints scored 2 goals at the end of the third, one of them going in as the buzzer expired to give themselves that advantage. Now we'll see if they can hold on to it.
Face off will go Woodberry's way. Will Leahy with the ball. Just around the 40-yard line.
Leahy rolls it over. Jake Dudley, he loses it, and the Saints are running to Will Baruch. Over to Will Ackerley. He has it knocked away. Ireland recovers. James Ayers.
Hugh Mack with it, trying to dodge.
Mack has it knocked away. Can't recover it. Had it right by his feet. Just slipped away from him. Now out of bounds. Going to Woodberry. And now it's going to the Saints as Woodberry loses it out of bounds. They want to go quick. Edmonds taking it himself. Fires and saved. Now a whistle blowing for a crease violation.
Big check from Charlie Edmonds. But no good.
Here's Leahy. And it's knocked away from him as he tried to split 2 Saints defenders. Rolls all the way out near midfield. The Saints come away with it. They're looking to run. It's with Win Lucas. He has options. He fires himself and sends it over the goal. Staying with the Saints, though. Now T. Garing and Harrison Fuller will come in. Here's Garing. Over to Fuller. Already sitting on 3 goals. Nearly made it 4. Fuller back to Bowen Ireland. Ireland fires it back for Garing. And his shot saved. Loose near the goal, controlled by Woodberry. And now it's thrown away. Woodberry defense in disarray. The Saints have it. It's with Mack. Now Ayers fires. And it's 7-4.
Saints ahead by 3 now.
Critical mistake there from Woodberry, throwing it away deep in their own territory. James Ayers makes them pay for it. Here's Charlie Gillespie. Here's Hunter Helmick, and he sneaks it by Mooring. Woodberry refusing to go away. It's 7-5.
Yeah, Woodbury's really staying in this thing. I'm sure the Saints just want to get ahead so they can put their seniors in on this night.
And a face-off violation. It'll go to Woodberry. And the Saints are going to have a penalty. They got it against Russell Bosick. So they'll be down a man for the next minute. And that one thrown away as they tried to play it back to Leahy, but Woodberry will not keep it. It's with Will Ackerley. Up ahead for Ireland. Bowen Ireland will slow things down here for the Saints. When the shot clock hits 32, they'll have that man come back on. The sun's starting to set here over Knowles Field. The lights should be in full effect shortly. And Ireland shot from the ground into the top right corner.
Wow. While falling down.
The Saints just highlight play after highlight play today. Every goal and save is a Play of the Year nomination.
Not sure I've ever seen a goal like that in any sport.
Yeah, that was
but definitely not lacrosse.
Wild. So the lead right back to 3. It's 8-5.
Right Gehring wins that face-off for the Saints.
Dangerous pass, but it finds Ayers. Now Ayers looking to run. Tidwell and Fuller come back on. But here's Ayers. Over to Hugh Mack. Mack spinning his man around. Gets it in. Edmonds fires. The shot rolled across goal. They'll reset the shot clock to 60. Ireland tosses it, fakes the toss, excuse me, to Hugh Mack. Now it's with Harrison Fuller. Ayers right back to Fuller. Tidwell over to Ayers, now Fuller. The Saints passing it around. Right back to Ayers. Now Tidwell from the 25-yard line, shot saved. Fight for it. It's still loose. Woodberry nearly had it, then lost it. And the Saints will come away with it. Not for long, though, as Tidwell has it knocked away. And it's going to be going to the Saints.
Wow.
Now Bowen, Ireland. Over to Hugh Mack. Back to Ireland. Fuller. Now Ireland. Mack. Ayers gives it right back to Fuller. And I think Edmonds lost that in the sun. As soon as Fuller threw the pass, he threw his hands up.
Oh, risky pass from the goalie there.
The Saints will win it back anyways, though. And now it's Baruch over to Edmonds. And Woodberry did a great job to close down any angles he could find.
St. Chris will just look to slow it down and get their numbers up. So now T. Gehring checks into the game for St. Christopher's.
Here's Ireland. Tried to get it to Hugh Mack. He lost it. Fight for it. Out 5 yards away from goal. Won by the Saints. Mack tried to shoot it. Had it knocked away. And now wrestled away from the Woodberry defenders. It's with Edmonds, but Saints won't keep it for long. It'll be a foul called. Now Woodberry tried to go quickly. Had numbers, threw it away.
Oh.
2 men go down. The Saints have it. Here's J.J. Tidwell over to Hugh Mack. Here's Fuller. Over to T. Gehring. Right back to Fuller. Fires. And a save.
He's looking for his fourth goal there, but wow, what a save from the Woodberry goalie.
That was nearly pushed into the goal by a Woodberry defender. And another mistake there as they give it away. It's Hugh Mack. And he makes them pay. It's the second time this game we've seen the Woodberry defenders give it away deep in their own territory. And once again, the Saints don't miss.
Wow. Woodberry's hardly been able to make it out of their own half in the past, 5 minutes? St. Chris has been dominant on both sides of the game.
So 2:06 left. Saints have extended their lead to 4 goals. And the face-off won by Wright Gehring. Still with Gehring. Now it's with Bowen, Ireland. Ireland spinning. Tried to play it to Hugh Mack. Goes all the way to Gehring. I think he got the head of Asa Arnold in the shot motion. Here's Ireland. 1:20 left. Ireland fakes the pass. Fires! And it's in! Somehow got it through. We've seen him try that move where he fakes the pass and then shoots from the air. Missed by a matter of inches in the first half. Didn't miss that time. The lead up to 10-5.
And what a half for what a second half for the Saints so far. Looking a lot better in the first half. Already have scored 4 goals in this one, only conceding 1. Their biggest lead of the day, as St. Christopher's will win that face-off.
1:09 left in the third. Saints lead by 5 goals. Here's Ireland. Bowen Ireland. Woodberry not going to let him get that same move off again. They'll take it away from him.
Woodberry actually bringing a double team there, realizing the threat of Bowen Ireland.
Here's Liam Moylan. Moylan finds some room. Sam Gillespie. Woodberry can hold for the rest of the quarter. Clock down to 9. Here's Leahy, held up near the 30. Now gets around, fires, and into the top right corner with .6 on the clock.
Whistles from everywhere.
Although,
We'll
increase
see what
that
this
to
is
2.5 seconds. I don't know if that'll change much. So that the two teams will face off.
And from the looks of it, Woodberry will go into the locker room with that momentum. So Saints will have to come out strong in the fourth.
And that will do it for the third quarter. 10-6 your score after 3.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And Wright Gehring is going out for the face-off for St. Chris. This is the start of the fourth quarter, and Wright Gehring will win that one.
Number 9, Will Ackerley, behind the back.
Wow, what a goal there for the G-pole. 9 seconds off the game clock. Wow. Took Knowles Field by surprise with that one. Right, Gehring and St. Christopher's will win that face-off. Woodberry with the ball in their own half. And they got to get it past half field. Wow. What a connection there. Here's Will Leahy with the ball. Maybe looking to dodge. As he does, and he'll rip a shot, but that'll go wide left. Possession will stay with Woodberry. Will Leahy with the ball for Woodberry. St. Christie will completely shut him down. That'll be backed up by Woodberry Forest. Possession stays with them, but only 16 seconds on the shot clock. Errant pass there from St. Chris, but they're able to recover. Whitfield Mullins with the ball. Now Hugh Mack. Senior Harrison Fuller. Now T. Gehring looking to dodge. St. Christopher's will keep possession. Shot goes wide from T. Gehring. St. Chris will back it up. Whoa, hard play on the ball there. Whistles. Ball will be coming right back to St. Chris as Regan picks that one up. Or sorry, Freddie Mooring. Leaping effort there from Will Ackerley, no good.
That'll be a goal for number 3, Sam Gillespie.
That was a little bit too easy for Woodberry Forest. Let's see if St. Chris can come back from that one. Right, Gehring on the face-off. St. Chris recovers. Here's Whitfield Mullins with it. Charlie Edmonds, but that'll be saved. Whistles everywhere. I think that will be crease violation. And Charlie Edmonds. Here's Will Leahy with it. Looking to dodge again. Makes Ackerley stumble, but not even sure he realized that. So here's Hunter Helmick. Rips a jumping shot.
Good
Great
save by Freddie.
A lot of big saves from the Saints goalie room. Regan had a great first half, and Moorings had a couple big saves. St. Chris swinging the ball around through X now. Senior Harris Fuller with it. No good for Bowen Ireland. Or sorry, Patrick Mullins on that one. That goes out on St. Chris. Woodberry will have possession. Here's Gavin Helmick with it for Woodberry. Just under 6.5 minutes left in this game. Saints up 4. Just got to settle down, play out the rest of this game. Woodbury trying to pick out a pass. Saints are playing great defense. Jake Dudley unable to get a shot off on target. So that one hits off the frame. Or maybe, I believe Freddie Mooring actually saved that.
Some great defense here from the Saints.
As that one's deflected wide, Woodbury will back it up. They have 32 seconds on the shot clock. And that will be St. Christopher's possession. Huge possession there. Great result for the Saints. That one's slung down the field, but Saints do connect. James Ayers scoops that one up. Fuller loses control of the ball. He'll be going to the penalty box for that check. Not what the Saints wanted, giving Woodberry power play. Harrison Fuller's in the penalty box for a minute. Here's Will Leahy with it. Wow, good move there from Sam Gillespie. As that'll cut the Saints' margin of victory down to just 3 goals. Woodberry takes advantage of the man-up situation. Wright Gehring steps up for the face-off. That one is won by him. Whistles, the ball will go to St. Chris. Begley with it. Saints will probably just look to wind down the clock, but there we go.
Number 10, Bowen Ireland, rips it for the goal. No.
What a day he is having. Extends St. Christopher's margin of victory to 4 goals over Woodbury Forest. Again, Wright Gehring on the face-off. Ball pops out. Still on the ground, now up in the air. No possession of the ball yet. Woodbury is possession. Hunter Helmick. And that shot looked a little bit too easy for Woodbury, but Freddie Morin comes up with a big save. Here's Whitfield Mullins with it. Up across half field. That was number 8, Clark Berry. Sorry. St. Chris will retain possession here. Wow, that will be a goal for St. Christopher's. Bowen Ireland now with back-to-back goals for the Saints. He's been a goal-scoring machine today with also a couple assists on the stat sheet. Now Saints up pretty comfortably with 5. A minute left in the game. And that face-off will be won by St. Chris. Although here we go. Now Woodberry goes. That one's ripped back to Woodberry. Jake Dudley scores for Woodberry. St. Chris still up by 4. Now Russell Bosek, the 8th grader, in the game for the face-off. That'll be Woodberry ball. Saints fans unhappy about that one. The ball does not lie. It goes right back to St. Christopher's. Saints will probably just hold this one as there is just about 10 seconds left. Apologies for our game clock on stream. And that will conclude senior night for St. Christopher's. Saints get the win, 13-9 over Woodberry Forest.